What if I told you that laziness is not your personality? It's your enemy. An enemy that steals your dreams quietly. One postponed alarm, one delayed workout, one I'll start tomorrow at a time. Imagine where you would be today if you had acted on every idea instead of overthinking it. How many opportunities slipped away because comfort felt safer than effort? Today is not just another motivational talk. Today is a wake-up call. Because if you don't kill your laziness, it will slowly kill your potential. And your potential deserves better. We all have dreams. Big dreams. Powerful dreams. Dreams of success, wealth, respect, impact, happiness. But let me ask you something honestly. What is standing between you and those dreams? Is it lack of talent?
No.
Is it lack of opportunity? Most of the time, no. The real enemy hiding in plain sight is laziness. Laziness doesn't scream. It whispers. It says, rest a little more. It says, you can start tomorrow. It convinces you that scrolling for 5 minutes won't hurt. But those 5 minutes become 50. One skipped workout becomes a week. One delayed task becomes missed deadlines. And slowly your confidence starts shrinking. The painful truth is this. Laziness feels comfortable now but creates regret later. Discipline feels hard now but creates freedom later. Every successful person you admire once faced the same battle you are facing today. The only difference, they decided to act even when they didn't feel like it. Today, we are not just talking about motivation. We are declaring war. A war against excuses. A war against procrastination. A war against the version of you that settles for less when you were born from more. Laziness is not tiredness. Let's make that clear from the beginning. Your body gets tired when you work hard. Your muscles feel weak after exercise. Your mind feels heavy after intense focus. That is natural. That is healthy. But laziness is different. Laziness is when your body is capable, your mind is fine, yet you still choose comfort over growth. It is not a lack of energy. It is a habit of avoiding effort. Think about a simple daily example. You wake up in the morning when the alarm rings. You are not exhausted. You slept well. But your mind says 5 more minutes. That voice feels harmless. You hit snooze. And again, and again, and again. Now you are rushing. Your day starts with stress instead of strength. That wasn't tiredness. That decision. A small decision to choose comfort over discipline. Laziness is built through repeated small choices like this. Skipping one workout because the today feels off. Delaying one assignment because there's still time. Avoiding one difficult conversation because it can wait. Each moment feels small, but small moments create big patterns. And big patterns create your life. Here is the dangerous part. Laziness disguises itself as logic. It tells you, you deserve a break. It says, you'll do better when you feel motivated. It convinces you that tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow only changes when today changes. Motivation rarely comes before action. Action creates motivation. Look at athletes. Do you think they wake up excited every single day to train? No. Many mornings they feel heavy. Many days they feel unmotivated, but they show up anyway because they understand something powerful. Discipline is stronger than mood. They don't wait to feel ready. They move and readiness follows. The truth is, laziness becomes a habit, just like brushing your teeth. When you constantly avoid effort, your brain gets used to comfort. It becomes your default setting. Your comfort zone becomes smaller. Even simple tasks start feeling big. But here's the good news. If laziness is a habit, it can be broken like any other habit. And you don't break it with giant dramatic actions. You break it with small daily discipline. Start with something simple. Make your bed immediately after waking up. Not because it changes the world, but because it trains your mind to act without delay. Do 10 push-ups when you don't feel like it. Finish one small task before checking your phone. These tiny victories rewire your mindset. When you act despite not feeling like it, you send a message to yourself. I am in control. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-respect grows and laziness begins to shrink. Understand this clearly. Your future is built in ordinary moments, not in dramatic speeches. Not in sudden bursts of inspiration, but in the quiet decision to study when you want to scroll, to work when you want to relax, to practice when you want to quit. Laziness steals more dreams than failure ever will. Failure at least teaches you something. Laziness teaches you nothing. Laziness teaches you nothing. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you average. And average is not your destiny. You were not born to live on autopilot. You were not created to chase comfort. Growth only happens when you stretch beyond what feels easy. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts much longer. So the next time that small voice says, later, answer it with action. Stand up. Start small. Move your body. Open the book. Make the call. Because every time you choose growth over comfort, you are not just completing a task. You are killing laziness, one decision at a time. Your future suffers every time you delay action today. That may sound dramatic, but it is painfully true. Success is not built in one big moment. It is not created on the day you finally feel ready. It is built quietly in ordinary, sometimes boring, daily actions. The problem is most people underestimate the power of today. Think about a simple example. A student has an exam in 1 month. One day of not studying doesn't seem dangerous. I'll start tomorrow, they say. Tomorrow comes, and again something feels more important. A movie, a nap, scrolling on the phone. Each day feels small, harmless. But when the exam arrives, stress replaces confidence. Regret replaces preparation. The result didn't happen in one night. It was built through daily delays. Now think about fitness. One missed workout doesn't destroy your health. One unhealthy meal doesn't ruin your body. But when a just today becomes every day, the results begin to show. Weight increases. Energy drops. Confidence fades. The future version of you pays the price for the present version's excuses. This is how life works. Your future is not waiting somewhere far away. It is being shaped right now. In this hour, in this decision, many people dream about success. They imagine the applause, the money, the recognition. But they ignore the quiet mornings, the consistent practice, the uncomfortable effort required daily. They fall in love with the result but avoid the routine. And the routine is where greatness is created. Look at any successful person. A business owner didn't build their company in a single inspired night. A writer didn't finish a book in one burst of motivation. A champion didn't train hard only when cameras were watching. They did small, consistent actions when no one cared. They respected today. Here's the dangerous mindset. I still have time. Yes, you may have time, but time without action changes nothing. Imagine planting a seed and then deciding not to water it for weeks because it's still early. Will it grow?
Of course not. Your goals are the same. They need daily attention.
The scary truth is that procrastination compounds just like success does. When you act daily, progress builds quietly. Skills improve. Confidence grows. Momentum increases. But when you delay daily, problems also build quietly. Deadlines become pressure. Opportunities disappear. Self-doubt grows stronger. And self-doubt is one of the biggest consequences of delay. Every time you promise yourself, I'll do it later, and don't, you weaken your self-trust. You begin to see yourself as someone who talks but doesn't act. That identity is dangerous, because once you believe you are lazy or inconsistent, you start behaving that way automatically. But the opposite is also true. When you take action today, even small action, you build evidence that you are disciplined. Finish one task fully. Wake up on the first alarm. Complete that workout. Study that chapter. Suddenly you begin to see yourself differently. You become someone who executes. The difference between successful people and average people is not intelligence. It is not luck. It is not perfect timing. It is respect for daily action. Ordinary moments decide extraordinary futures. Your future self is watching you. Imagine meeting yourself 5 years from now. Will that version thank you for your discipline? Or will they silently wish you had started earlier? You don't need to change your whole life today. You just need to stop delaying what matters. And the email. Practice the skill. Start the project. Read the page. Take one step. Because every time you act today, you are investing in tomorrow. And every time you delay, you are borrowing regret from your future. Success is not built in dramatic leaps. It is built in ordinary, consistent, sometimes uncomfortable daily action. And today is where it begins.